and out with the rods. Because it's 4 a.m. and we're looking for various kinds of omul here at this spot, or maybe even something like the Muksun. It's actually working quite well right now. So let's get to it here. Because here, from time to time, you'll always get some kind of omul. Like I said, either Baikal omul or even Muksun. And I'm definitely happy to take those with me because it's worth it. And you can really hit a high frequency at this spot. Now, of course, the question is always, which bait or bait combination is currently working best? And of course, also, at what depth the fish are currently holding. That's what we need to test. I was already here earlier in the evening, and in the evening hours, up to about 11 p.m., the fish were biting. That means we also need to be back at the spot early in the morning so that we can fish through the entire time frame efficiently. Here you can already get a bit of an idea of what's possible here. So, Arctic omul, Muksun is in here too, but of course also a few smaller fish. That's what we're going to test now. What all bites here? If you're going for something specific, like maybe the Asian smelt, the smaller ones, then of course you need to go a bit smaller with your setup. And if you're targeting the bigger ones, then the setup I'm using right now is exactly the right one. Yeah, we also need to test the distance. How far do we cast? At first I was just casting here at the front, so I was only fishing this close range. That already worked quite well, which you can probably do quite nicely with a match rod. But now I've started casting a bit farther out and set the depth to about 1.50 meters. However, when I now see that the Asian smelt is there and it's already causing missed bites multiple times, then I'll probably need to change the depth. That means I'll go up a bit, maybe to 1.0 meters or even 1 meter. We can already try that out here in this area. So, let's take the first rod, raise the depth a bit, and do the same with the third one too. Let's adjust that one a bit higher as well. All three rods also have different baits. However, all three have this one bait in common, and that is the mayfly larva. Mayfly larva seems to be working quite well right now, also for the Muksun, and I'd really love to get one. It can definitely be a big one too, maybe even a trophy. That would of course be really, really nice. And bigger ones do bite. Yeah, I'll gladly take that one with me. Looks good so far, and I'll gladly take that one too. Lenok too, especially in large numbers on the float, because that really pays off. I've also been here using dung beetle. That worked too. Dung beetle is of course a classic bait for sharp-snouted Lenok, for example. And yeah, maybe you're in the mood to just try it out. Maybe this spot will work quite well for you when fishing for Lenok. So, feel free to try it, test it, leave a comment below. I'd be happy to test this again specifically for Lenok on float. That would be pretty interesting because with 3 floats at the same time, you can probably get a really decent frequency going here. All right, straight back out. Keep testing and keep hoping for more Muksun. Because like I said, that one can definitely show up here as a trophy at some point. Huge advantage here at this spot. Yes, we have a current, so you'll need to reel in your floats and cast again. But compared to other places, this current is actually pretty slow. So it's not a very fast current here, and you have a decent amount of time to let the floats drift and then eventually reel them back in. Oops, there's another one. We've got that one too. Yep, I'll gladly take that one. Here, the Arctic omul. Very nice. Right back out again. And something's on the smaller rod too. AA? Yeah. Asian smelt? I'll gladly take those too. You can see that the Asian smelt does show up quite a bit, but also causes missed bites constantly, which is of course a bit annoying. So if you're specifically targeting that fish, definitely go in smaller and not with a big setup like this. I'm currently using a size 1 hook, but if you want to target the Asian smelt, a size 16 hook is more than enough. You really don't need to go in with something huge. So, and here's the next nice one, another. And hey, I'm already pretty happy with that. I'm also happy to fill up my bags with Lenok because it really pays off. And If all of this is a bit too hectic for you, then just go with 2 rods or even just 1 rod. Stand here and drift casually and keep casting again and again. That way it's also not quite as stressful. And you might even avoid a few missed bites because you're always on it and can strike at just the right moment. Although those little missed bites, like right now, when the float slowly goes down, those are mostly Asian smelt trying to eat the big bait. And well, it usually doesn't hook with the size 1 hook, which just causes regular missed bites. So, no need to get annoyed by it. It just happens. Then cast out again quickly and hope that you hook a different fish. Or, like I said, test different depths as well. It's now 8 a.m. Let me take a look. This rod is now already at 1 meter depth. This one was still at 150 meters. So now I'm dropping that down to 1.80 meters, quite a bit deeper. And the third rod, we'll leave that one shallow in that zone. Then we'll see how that works out. Yeah, like I said, sod depth is everything. You need to test the depths. It always depends on the fish's preferences. So here we're already seeing another one bite deeper at 1.80 meters. Then I'll go quite shallow on this one now, maybe to 50 centimeters. Let's give that a try. And then all 3 rods back out. So 50 centimeters, 70 centimeters here, 1 meter. It's still pretty cool outside, only 7 degrees, chilly. That's something you really need to keep in mind and keep testing. How is it right now at the moment you're fishing? Testing depths while float fishing. That's the A and O for float anglers, just like trying different colors or shapes or retrieve speeds when spinning. Every type of fishing has its own challenges that you need to test and figure out. Oh look, and way out back, another one hit. Again, an Arctic omul. Super sexy. Those are really, really nice. More of those, please. But like I said, what I really want is the Muksun. And that one was going quite well earlier in the evening, especially, like I said, in combination with the mayfly larva. And another one goes in, yes, right up here at the front, and there's another, but that one didn't hook. So we'll stick with this one for now. Oh look, even got an East Siberian grayling here. Yeah, I'll happily take that too. Those are regularly part of cafe orders. 1 or 2 at a time, I think. I'll gladly take those too. So let's take a look at the map again, where exactly we are. In terms of frequency, it's going really well here right now, but I still haven't had that many muksun, so I'll need to experiment some more. And hey, when things aren't going your way, just turn it into a positive. Just switch over and fish for Asian smelt. That's an option too. Right now I've just switched everything over. Size 16 hook, mayfly larva, and mayfly at 80 centimeters depth. And now I'm catching Asian smelt specifically with this one rod. That way I'm no longer annoyed by the constant missed bites. And if it works well here at this spot and the Asian smelt are biting nicely, well then I'm totally fine with that. Another one just bit. Boom. And that one hooks completely differently compared to a size 1 hook. So yeah, I'll gladly take them. No complaints at all. Right? Out with this one again, and let's see whether we might get another Muksun later in the evening. See, already another one's biting again, and hooked perfectly. That's when it gets fun. Those also give really solid XP and silver because with such a high frequency, you can catch loads of Asian smelt. Oh look, another missed bite. I think I'll completely switch over to Asian smelt now and the Muksun might be done for me today. Still, we did get a few pretty decent Muksuns in terms of weight. Caught on mayfly larva and red compost worm with up to 2 kilograms. Even on stonefly larva and red compost worm, that worked quite well too. So that's already looking promising. And another big one's going in. Even on the small hook, I'll happily take that too, why not? And another Lenok, not bad at all. There's really quite a lot going in here. A colorful mix. I'm already quite happy with that. Sometimes you can barely keep up. So yeah, maybe really go with 2 floats or just 2 rods. I think that's actually enough so you're not too stressed and can react quickly to the fast bites and get the fish out quickly and cast again right away. Hey, what do we have on here now? I just wanted to reel it in. And then another Pelledomo bites. Not bad either. Nice weight for a Pelledomo. So very, very colorful right now. A whole variety of species biting. And that's the beauty of float fishing, which means you're really racking up percentage points here. And of course, also earning silver. All right, I'm wrapping things up here for now. Let's take a quick look. This is what my setup looks like right now. I've switched everything over to size 16 hooks and mayfly larvae in combination. All three rods are now set up like that at 80 centimeter, 90 centimeter, and 1 meter depth. And position-wise, we're at the 11-meter hole at 53.119. Just walked a bit down, it's not far. The fish market is right up ahead, and here you can cast for frequency. If you stand up at the front, it's not as ideal. So it really makes sense to stand here and cast with the current, because if you always stand at the front and cast against the current, you end up with a lot of line on the surface, and that makes hooking way harder. So it's better to stand like this, let it drift, even if the current is visibly pulling toward the shore, which isn't ideal. Maybe I'll test this spot again later, because if the water here drifts farther out, then you can also use a line clip again. I showed how that works in the last video at Yama, and you can definitely test that kind of thing at spots like this too. So head over to Tunguska, test, test, test. Like always, leave a like, don't forget to subscribe like always, and then I'll see you in the next video. Until then, tight lines.